Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rukakwadash. This is your brother Elder Ayathan back at you with another video, and I want to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. I want to say Barak to all you brethren out there, you members of the elect, and Shalom, double honors to the apostles here at Great Millstone. And what you see on the screen there is a representation of the Valley of Death. The Valley of Death represents this current kingdom that we're in, mainly Babylon, the Valley of the Shadow of Death. Why is it called the Valley of the Shadow of Death? Well, the valley represents a low plain, America, aka America. Now, what is a shadow? Let's look up the definition of shadow. Okay. Let's look it up. Shadow, a dark area or shape produced by a body coming between rays of light and a surface. Here it is. Number 2 is it used in reference to proximity, ominous oppressiveness, or sadness and gloom. Verse 3, an inseparable attendant or companion. So, what is a shadow? A shadow is something that follows you around. An inseparable attendant or companion, just as a shadow that is casted when there is light. You can't separate from your shadow. So the shadow of death means that you cannot separate from death. It follows you. When you have a mentor and you're learning a craft or you're learning anything, what do they say? They say to shadow that person. In other words, you do what they do. You follow them. Every move, you're right behind them. You're following them. So the Valley of the Shadow of Death means that here in this system, everywhere you turn, every corner you turn, everywhere you go, death follows you. And this is actually part of the curses that the Most High has put on us. Now, if we go to, let's bring out the scripture. This is the book of Psalms 23, and Verse 3 says, He restoreth my soul, He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Where the evil means what? Bad times. And as each day passes by, we face more and more evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. What is a rod and a staff? Well, this knowledge. This knowledge and knowing what's coming next, being prepared, spiritually prepared, mentally prepared. The book of Isaiah 42:9. Before the Most High does anything, He gives us a heads up first. And also in the book of Deuteronomy, what does it say? In chapter 28, verse 45, it says, Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee. Just like a shadow. Your shadow, no matter how fast you run, your shadow is right there behind you. Just as these curses, there's nowhere you can run from these curses. You can leave the country, them curses will still follow you. You can go any part of the world, the curses will follow you because it's a spiritual thing. And I'm talking to our people, Israelites. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep His commandments and the statutes which He commanded thee. Now, part of the Most High's curses, well, the main instrument that the Most High uses, because the Most High is not going to come down Himself from the spiritual realm and physically put these curses on you. He's going to create an instrument. And that instrument which he created was Esau. Matter of fact, let's bring that out. If you go to the book of Proverbs 16:4, it says, the Lord had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Most High created the wicked, which is an instrument for his purposes. And that is the main way the Most High has administered the curses found in the book of Deuteronomy. He administered these curses through the wicked, Esau. So what I want to briefly go into today is one of the instruments that Esau uses, and they are called EDCs, or otherwise known as endocrine disrupting chemicals. So let's read this a little bit. What are EDCs? What are endocrine disrupting chemicals? The endocrine system is a network of glands and organs that produce, store, and secrete hormones. And the hormones are what regulates your mood, stress, anxiety, depression. And depending on your mood, it can cause issues within your body. If your endocrine system is out of balance, meaning if you're overly worried, if you're overly anxious, if you're overly stressed, it can produce diseases because it's out of balance. It would also cloud your judgment. It also blinds you. This is how they're able to successfully administer the order out of chaos. That philosophy, it works because when people are in a chaotic state of mind, they're emotional, so it turns off the thinking part of their brain. So it turns that off, so they are willingly to accept any offer that they are given to get out of that situation because they're not thinking properly. It says the endocrine system is a network of glands and organs that produce, store, and secrete hormones when functioning normally. The endocrine system works together with other systems to regulate your body's healthy development and function throughout life. Endocrine disrupting chemicals are substances in the environment, air, soil, or water supply, food sources, personal care products, and manufactured products that interfere with the normal function of your body's endocrine system. So if you read down, we're going to read a little bit more. EDCs are chemicals or mixtures of chemicals that interfere with the way the body's hormones work. Some EDCs act like hormone mimics and trick our body into thinking that they are hormones, while other EDCs block natural hormones from doing their job. And they do this by way of medicines. But they put the medicines in our foods, in our air, in our water, and in supplies that we buy. Deodorants, makeup, tampons, condoms. All this stuff have EDCs in them. Condoms have the spermicide that they put in condoms. It messes up the female womb. They put EDCs in hair and skin products, which disrupt our hormone balance. Other EDCs can increase or decrease the levels of hormones in our blood by affecting how they are made, broken down, or stored in our body. Finally, other EDCs can change how sensitive our bodies are to different hormones. I'm going to read down a little bit. EDCs can disrupt many hormones, which is why they have been linked to numerous adverse human health outcomes, including alterations in sperm quality and fertility, abnormalities in sex organs, endometriosis, early puberty, altered nervous system function. So, alterations in sperm quality. Now, I've got a couple, at least one article here because this popped up on one of my feeds this morning. This was what had the Spirit have me go into this. Is, matter of fact, let me just go to it right now. Testosterone levels. In the 1980s, the testosterone level of a 60 to 70-year-old man was higher than the testosterone level of a teenager today in 2021. Studies show that men's testosterone levels have been declining for decades. The most prominent, a 2007 study in a Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, revealed a substantial drop in U.S. men's testosterone levels since 1980s. Now, as you can see here, you're not the man your father was, and that's true. You can take one simple thing and look at the clothes that men are wearing today. The clothes men wear today is blurring the line between men's wear and women's wear. Men and women, they're becoming what is the word? They're becoming unisex. They're becoming there's another word I'm thinking of, androgynous. They're becoming androgynous, just like Baphomet. When you look at Baphomet, let me bring up Baphomet. Matter of fact, I'll bring it here. The image of Baphomet. Baphomet is an androgynous demon. It's got pants and titties. So it's a man and a woman. And they've slowly been conditioning the world to accept this and to become this with the LGBT movement. And you can see it in the clothing. You can see it with the transgenderism going on, sex changes. What this is doing, this is creating an androgynous environment to pay homage to Baphomet. These people out here are sacrifices to the image of Baal. And one of the main reasons that they are successful at this is with these EDCs. It's called chemical castration. It's called the gay bomb. The gay bomb is not a bomb. The gay bomb is a real thing. The gay bomb is not something that he dropped from the heavens, from an airplane, and it blows up and everybody turns into a homosexual. No. It's by philosophy, it's by psychological warfare, and it's by chemical warfare, EDCs, to drop your testosterone levels. And this is why I'm going into this, because testosterone levels, when men testosterone levels drop, you become emotional. You start thinking like a woman. You become emotional. You lose your aggression. You lose your motivation. You lose that fighting spirit. Check this out. If you go here, it says this. Young males have the lowest testosterone levels in history, an alarming decline since 1990s. Now look at rap in the 1990s and rap now, and the way they dressed and the way they dress now. In the 1990s, rap was rugged, it was gritty, it was manly, it was aggressive, and it was all about spitting lyrics. Who could come with the hottest lyrics, the deep lyrics? The lyrics meant something, they had messages. Now is bitch music. Singing, ringtone, tight pants. So it says here, testosterone levels have declined at an unprecedented pace in the past few decades, perplexing some researchers as to why testosterone levels have plummeted at such a catastrophic rate. Well, the answer is right here, the EDCs. That's why. The EDCs, endocrine disrupting chemicals. But if you want to get deeper, it's the curses of the Most High. Going back again to Deuteronomy, it's the curses. Now, these EDCs, they cause different diseases that have been unknown of. One of them is this drop in testosterone. That's never happened in history before. A drop in testosterone levels. No matter what kingdom you go back to, they didn't have EDCs. So this is something that the Most High saved for what? For this kingdom, for the valley of the shadow of death. to help bring on the time of Jacob's troubles that never came before. Because these curses are things that become increasingly and increasingly more precedent. Because why? Because Israel just gets more and more wicked as time goes on. So that's why the Most High said in Deuteronomy, let me see if it's here. The Most High said that the curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. So these curses become increasingly more prevalent. And the Most High gives his devil more and more technology. The scriptures say he has accomplished a diligent search. These devils have bioweapons. They have something called ethnic weapons, to where they can target Jake. They can target the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is knowledge that was given to them by the Most High, because these curses are for the Israelites. So Most High raised up an enemy, a natural-born enemy, which is Esau, aka the so-called white man, and has his scientists create weapons that are geared toward men in general, because women are the weaker vessel. I did a lesson about how the woman is weaponized. They don't need to worry about the women. They had them a long time ago. But the men are logical beings. So they have to find a way to have these men thinking like women. So they use the woman, and in conjunction, they use chemicals. And sure, they hit the women with chemicals as well, in the tampons, and the products that they put on their face. Also on a spiritual level, these weeds that the women buy, they mainly get them from Moab, and these different countries where they get their weeds from, they actually prey on these weaves and put curses on the weaves. So when the women put on these weaves, our women, they get demons on them. Matter of fact, if you don't believe it, let me see if I can find an article on that real quick. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. See if I can find. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so I may not find the exact article I'm looking for, but let me see here. Wearing hair weave is like witchcraft. Hair witchcraft. Hair and witchcraft. Magic hair weave suppliers. Yeah, so let me see. This is not immediate. My friend told me that she had some Peruvian hair put in, and that the entire time she wore it, she was having these violent nightmares. But as soon as she stopped, the nightmare stopped. She went even further and cut some of her own hair off to be on the safe side. She thinks there's some spiritual transference going on, and it's true. I can't find the article, but it's a fact that they pray over the weaves to put demons on them. So when these women put on weaves, they get demons on them. But coming back to this, the EDCs, this is why our young men today, they are so feminine. Okay, that's one of the main reasons. Now, EDCs, a little bit more on it. Toiletries, cosmetics, and menstrual products. Because this is a main curse I want to go into for this lesson, are these endocrine disruptors. So here it tells you how to reduce your exposure to harmful chemicals, right? And this basically just goes into how the EDCs are into the hair products, skin products that the women use. So it puts, this is why these women are so messed up, and they get these different diseases. The black woman is the #1 candidate for endometriosis, fibrosis, because of these products. And also, like I said, they wear weaves. They wear products that have demons, that they put demons on. Tampons, another big thing. They put endocrine disruptors inside of tampons. Basically, anything that no matter what corner we turn, Esau has hijacked it. Our foods, they put plastic in our foods. All our foods are wrapped in plastics. When you go buy meat, it's wrapped in plastic. When you buy food in a can, that has EDCs in it. Understand? Parabens. That's another thing. Parabens. Most products that women use have parabens in it, which are hormone disruptors, causing breast cancer and a bunch of other things. It just put demons on you. Makes you act like a demon. Makes you depressed and miserable all the time. Gives you too much estrogen. That's why a lot of women, they lose their fertility because of these chemicals they put that don't allow you, throws your menstrual cycles off, or you can't produce eggs. Look at it, triclosan. And again, the Most High used Esau and his scientists to go in the laboratories and make these chemicals specifically for these purposes, PFAs. See, even the water we drink. So let's go more into the scriptures, right? When you go into Ezekiel 4 and 13, it says what? And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So we go to the supermarket, even if you try to buy organic, and they say organic is still the best option, but look, organic grows in the ground and all of the ground is defiled. The air is defiled. So there's no escape. There's no escape. And as time goes on, we're seeing diseases that are being invented in laboratories that never existed. And again, that's just part of the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt. Again, proving again that this valley of death that we're living in today, Babylon, as the scriptures say, Revelation 11 chapter, this is spiritually Egypt. Mizraim, which means bondage. And we're in bondage to what? Under these devils. And also, when you're on bondage under the devil, that means you're in bondage under the curses as well. Because the devil is the main instrument of these curses that the Most High is using. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. I'll say another one. Another one is hemorrhoids. That's also in the scriptures. How do they distribute hemorrhoids or make you get hemorrhoids? Is by the foods we eat and a dietary plan. When you walk in a supermarket, what's marketed to you is what? Meat, meat, meat. When what should be marketed to you is greens, vegetables. But the meat, there's no fiber in it. And in the meat, they can hijack the meat. And the meat comes from animals that they don't feed properly. So the meat is tainted. And when you think about it, they think of you as animals. The so-called Jews, they call you goyim, cattle. Cattle. They look at us as animals. So they're going to feed us what they feed livestock, because that's all we are. They're going to feed us garbage, just like they feed the meat that you buy. They feed those animals, the cows, the chickens. They feed them garbage. So the meat is tainted. So we're eating tainted meat. Because what does it say? You are what you eat. Right? So in the food chain that the Most High created, there is a food chain, you know. A bigger animal eats a smaller animal. The stronger animal eats the weaker animal. And then a stronger animal eats that animal. Whatever those animals were eating previous, you know, that cycle continues. So the meat that we're eating affects our bodies because they have chemicals in them, preservatives in them. They're also processed. Everything we buy is processed. They have an ingredient list. When the Most High created the things out of the earth for us to eat, there's no ingredients. A potato is a potato. A strawberry is a strawberry. There's no ingredients list. So when you buy Esau's products, right? Like, let's look something up. Let's do this. Let me see. Now check this out. This is a valley of the shadow of death, right? You could take something simple like ketchup. Compare the ingredients of ketchup here in Babylon, Egypt, America, to the UK. On the left here is the United States version, as you can see. Tomato concentrate, which I'm surprised that that's number one. So when you read these ingredients, it's sorted by the most concentrated to the less concentrated. So whatever's on top is what there's more of in the ingredients list. So tomato concentrate, so it's tomato concentrate. Just like when you buy, here's another trick. When you buy juice, let's say you buy grape juice, it's not really grapes. That's why it's called grape juice. It's grape concentrate mixed with a bunch of other stuff. It's not really grapes. It's not really grape in there. So this has tomato concentrate, distilled vinegar, high fructose corn syrup, which is a major EDC. Corn syrup, another major EDC. Salt, spice, onion powder, and natural flavoring, which natural flavoring could mean any damn thing. So this is another huge EDC. Now compare it with UK ingredients. Tomatoes. It doesn't say tomato concentrate, it says tomatoes. There's tomatoes in here. Spirit vinegar. Sugar, salt, spices, and herb extracts. Spice. So here in America, it proves that this is Egypt. I'm going to read this again. Deuteronomy 28:60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague cleave unto thee. And it's to the point now, brothers, that a lot of herbs, the herbs are good, but a lot of herbs are not as effective as they used to be. Why? Because you're taking an herb to fight a chemical. So there's a lot of diseases that we just can't get rid of, no matter what you do. Because even Paul had something he couldn't get rid of. That was 2,000 years ago. In this kingdom, we're bombarded with chemicals. And it's very difficult to fight something that was caused with a chemical with a herb, especially if that chemical, you keep intaking it. And that's why it's important to follow the dietary law and to eat as clean as possible. Now, I'm not saying to be over righteous and there's no way to escape, but there are choices you can make. You don't have to go to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? When I'm saying watch what you eat, I'm saying make better choices. You don't have to go to McDonald's. You have a choice. You go to the supermarket. The lesser of the two evils. You don't have to go to McDonald's. You don't have to go to the corner Arab store. They have fried chicken. The oil. They've been using that oil for a month. And then you wondering why, you're getting sick and all that. So it says, and also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. So the Most High is using Esau to create more and more powerful sicknesses. And the main source today that we're talking about, main reason are these ADCs. So anyway, with that, I just wanted to go into that, brothers. I'm going to end it on that. And with that, I'm going to say shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakudah, shalom to the next time.